Hello and, hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, traffic officials looking for a way to ease congestion along the barrier islands. A traffic study is underway, but now the city of Sarasota is asking to prioritize several projects out on Lido Key. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from the John Ringling Causeway to show us some of the areas being targeted for improvements. Erica?
Good evening, Adam. The city is requesting to add a slow lane here on the Ringling Causeway, specifically for buses, golf carts, and the local I-Ride vehicles. And city leaders are also asking to upgrade these traffic signals behind me so they can become more visible. And the third request from city leaders is to increase and add more space for the turning lane at the intersection of John Ringling Parkway for those who are turning left from Ken Thompson Parkway. And adding these projects to the Metropolitan Planning Organization's priorities list will make the projects eligible for funding. Then the board will consider adopting these prioritized projects in June.
We have criteria that use traffic performance measures that tell us where we're going to get the most bang for our buck. Where is there public support?
MPO's project priority list must be adopted before the end of June so it can become eligible for funding by the Florida Department of Transportation. And we'll have more coming up tonight at 11. Reporting live on the Ringling Causeway, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Erica. We will be monitoring those efforts from the city. And for the latest update on this story and breaking news, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, you can just download our apps. You'll find them under WWSB or My Suncoast. Well, the DeSoto Grand Parade is now in full swing with around 150 floats lining up along Manatee Avenue East in Bradenton. Take a look at that parade live right now tonight, in progress, as you can see, and thousands packing the streets there trying to get a look at the action. Some set up their chairs for this event as early as days in advance. It is Bradenton's version of Gasparilla Pirates taking over downtown Bradenton. And if you are driving in that area, be advised there will be delays for at least another few hours or so until that crowd is able to clear. And we are going to take a look at our first alert traffic right now to see the current conditions of those roadways up in the area. The parade started at Manatee High School, heading a little bit west before turning north onto 39th Street down and then turning down Manatee Avenue East. Manatee Avenue East closed right now because of that parade. And now let's take it over to Wendy Ross for checking our weather tonight. Wendy.
What a great night for a parade, because we have nothing but fair skies across our region right now. It's very windy outside, but we don't have any rain. We've got some clouds that are coming in from the far western Gulf of Mexico, and they're moving towards us, but we are not going to be looking at any rain associated with those clouds. So we may get a passing cloud, and that's going to be about it. There's certainly nothing to show you on radar. And temperatures right now are mostly in the 70s, closest to the beaches. You can see 73 all the way up to 77 Mayaca and Northport at 76 degrees, but you go farther east and we still have some 80s over the very interior portions of our area. So right now at the airport, clear skies, 75. The dew point is low. The humidity is low. Those winds, though, they've been strong throughout the day. They're coming in out of the north-northwest at around 15 miles per hour. Some places getting a little bit more, but we are going to be looking at fair skies for the rest of the night. Temperatures are going to be dropping down into the mid-60s. It's just another wonderful reason to be outside, is because this weather is so fantastic. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Now we go to a developing story out of Maine tonight. That's where the man police believe killed a sheriff's deputy before stealing his car and robbing a store is now in custody. ABC's Linda Lopez brings us the latest as the search for answers heats up.
The search for John Williams, suspected of killing Somerset County Sheriff's Deputy Corporal Eugene Cole, has come to an end.
Today is a very good day. Today at 12:43 p.m., John Williams was taken into custody.
Williams had been on the run since Wednesday morning after shooting Cole and stealing his cruiser. He was then captured on surveillance video robbing this convenience store. Investigators determined Corporal Cole was recently involved in the arrest of Williams' girlfriend, leading investigators to believe Cole was targeted.
My first call was to the Cole family, and I personally notified them of the arrest. They were relieved, thankful, and very grateful.
Before he was apprehended, the sheriff read a statement from Cole's widow, urging Williams to turn himself in.
Be assured you'll be treated the same way Corporal Cole would have treated you if you had given him the opportunity, with dignity and respect.
Hundreds of officers searched the heavily wooded rural community about 60 miles east of Bangor, Maine. Residents in the area relieved.
It made me more scared that it was so close to home, because I've seen it all over the country, but never so close.
Eugene Cole was a 13-year veteran of the department, the sheriff calling him an outstanding employee, one of the finest deputies.
We can now focus on the important task of respectfully laying our fallen brother to rest.
Cole's funeral is scheduled for May 7th. Linda Lopez, ABC News.
And now to another developing story here on the Suncoast. Manatee County deputies are searching for a man they say robbed a fast food restaurant on Friday night around 9 p.m. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies say a man entered the Subway on 26th Street West in Bradenton armed with a handgun. He demanded money from the store clerk, took an undisclosed amount of cash, and then fled the store on foot. He is described as wearing a dark blue hoodie with a blue cloth covering his face. And if you have any information on this case, you are asked to contact Manatee County Crime Stoppers immediately. That number listed on your screen, 866-634-TIPS. And new tonight, 3 teens are facing vehicle burglary charges after deputies say they were called about suspicious persons lifting car door handles. It happened overnight in the Palmasola Bay Club community that's located on 77th Street West in Bradenton. While en route, deputies noticed 3 teens matching the caller's description walking nearby. Evidence was found linking the teens, ranging in age from 15 to 17 years old, to 5 vehicles that were broken into. All 3 were arrested and the victim's property was returned.
Thank you.
As part of a national effort to battle the opioid epidemic, the Sarasota Police Department is hosting its annual Pill Drop today. That's where you can take your unused or unwanted prescription drugs and dispose of them safely. Flushing pills down the toilet or throwing them in the trash pose potential safety and health hazards. If you are asked to instead drop them off at the Sarasota Police Department located on Adams Lane in Sarasota, the drop box is available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. That service is free and anonymous. Another major effort underway on the Suncoast to crack down on the opioid epidemic. Today, Can Community Health and the Florida Department of Health teaming up to host a parent education summit. That meeting aimed at tackling how opioids are affecting local teens. Experts also identifying risk factors that link opioid use to the spread of HIV.
Kids don't think that this is really an issue, that HIV is really a problem. And I was in the era and the time when people were dying from complications of AIDS. Since we're not seeing that as much, I think the idea that this is not a problem is what's allowing our infection rates to continue to increase.
There is no cure for HIV. However, there are methods of prevention. Today's teens and their parents discussed peer pressure, refusal, and negotiation skills, as well as leadership development. A boil water advisory is now in effect for customers along 53rd Avenue East between 68th Street East and 71st Street East in Bradenton. That advisory coming as a result of a water main break in the area. The notice is expected to be in effect for at least a day, possibly 2, and we will keep you updated. But until that advisory is lifted, those in the area are asked to boil all of their drinking and cooking water for at least 1 minute. The arrest of former police officer suspected of being the Golden State Killer is now raising questions about how our genetic information is being used and who has access to it. More than 4 decades after the Golden State Killer's crime spree began, a genetic database helped investigators track down the man they say is behind 12 murders and at least 50 rapes in California through the 70s and 80s. Kim Hutcherson has a closer look at the privacy concerns involving the method used to incriminate him.
A new method to solve an old crime.
We ended up generating a DNA profile from the Golden State Killer evidence. And then we're able to take that profile and upload it into a open source public genealogy database called GEDmatch.
Investigators explored family trees on that open source genetic database to determine whether any contained matches to DNA samples from crime scenes. Once a family profile was created, investigators could identify possible suspects within that group. But finding a serial killer's relatives through genealogy websites raises all kinds of ethical and privacy questions.
As from what I understand, they did not issue a warrant to this genealogy company. They just did one as if they were matching it.
Meaning that if you or a relative submitted DNA to a public genealogy database, your privacy may be at risk.
Right now, there are no protections. The problem is the expectation of privacy disappears when you're openly giving it to people.
Law enforcement use DNA evidence to implicate criminals every day, but this method is new. They tracked 72-year-old Joseph James DeAngelo based on genetic information provided by one of his relatives, not him. And some lawyers say those relatives may have had their civil rights violated.
They could say, I put my data up there for the purpose of me finding people I'm related to. I didn't put it up there for the government to look at and find out everything about me.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a community effort to help our area's homeless.
A lot of us don't choose to be this way, it just happens.
A look at the event aimed at getting those in need back on their feet. Plus, a major cleanup effort off of Longboat Key.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Former Venice head football coach John Peacock has spoken publicly for the first time since he was fired earlier this week. Peacock calling ABC7 on Friday, issuing a public apology to Braden River head coach Kurt Bradley, who was the target of a tweet from a Venice player that Bradley believed to be racially charged and was liked by Peacock. Now, Peacock was fired Wednesday after 19 years of coaching at the school, and here's what he had to say to his rival head coach.
You know, I'd like to apologize to Coach Bradley. And I made a very poor decision and set a bad example. And I'd like to explain that the tweet and the like was an attempt to tease him about using a beauty product, not a race. That never entered my player's mind. And I feel horrible that Coach Bradley took it that way. And it's important to me that Coach Bradley accepts my sincerity. And I can assure you that race was never a part of it, nor would I condone or tolerate such behavior by one of my players.
And according to the Sarasota Herald Tribune, Coach Peacock also sending an apology letter to Kurt Bradley earlier today.
A lot of us don't choose to be this way, it just happens. Kind of give us a hand up, not a hand down.
Dozens of homeless and homeless veterans getting a hand up today. 30 local agencies working together as part of an initiative to help those in need get back on their feet. The event giving those who came out new clothes, food, shoes, personal hygiene items, and haircuts. We spoke with Heidi Brown, the president and CEO of JFCS, which is a homeless prevention program in our area, about today's event and what getting people back into homes would mean for their future.
Everybody deserves the opportunity to have a home. And we really have a housing first mentality so that when people have a safe place to live with a roof over their head, then the next step would be to be able to get employment so that one is sustainable.
And another big part of these events, several donated bicycles that are raffled off every year. Sister Keys off of Longboat Key are a lot cleaner tonight thanks to the efforts of the Sarasota Bay Watch and 80 volunteers. The group collecting 1,300 pounds of trash and recyclable items. Longboat Key Mayor Tom Harmer and his wife in attendance, actually Town Manager Tom Harmer and his wife in attendance. People without boats were ferried to the islands by local fishing guides and Sarasota Bay Watch board members, while people at the Mar Vista Dockside Restaurant created a human chain to load the debris into a truck provided by the town of Longboat Key. There you go. Roll your sleeves up.
Oh, man.
Keep your community clean yourself.
It was just a great day to be outside. Whether you were doing cleanup or you were working in the yard or you were just going for a bike ride or a walk around the park. It was just beautiful today. A little on the windy side, and so we did experience that.
As Erica was experiencing earlier tonight.
She was experiencing that. Bless her heart. I thought she was going to blow away. And we had just a few clouds out there earlier in the day, and then as the day progressed, most of the clouds vanished. And so now we're starting to see a few more coming back into the picture, and that is all by way of some clouds that are located just off the Texas coastline moving in our direction. But we are not looking for any rain for the next 24-hour period. Winds are also going to be shifting around, and that will help to get us a little bit warmer over the next couple of days. But right now it's the winds that we've been talking about for the most part, and as you can see, around 14-15 mile per hour winds along the coastline, and for most of our area we are looking at those winds out of the north-northwest. And as we move on farther down the state, we're even seeing stronger winds in Manasota, Englewood, down through Rotunda with up to 16-17 mile per hour winds. And so that's all a result of the cold front that pushed off of our state. It came on through, you can see it now, all the way outlined out here, well away from the state of Florida and the U.S. mainland. And then we're looking at some of this cloudy weather here. Then the rain showers are dissipating, so we're just seeing some clouds drifting across the Gulf of Mexico, and we may see a few passing clouds, but we're not going to see any rain later on today. There's nothing going on right here. We don't have to worry about any rain showing up for the next 24 to 48 hour period. So our week weekend is also looking awfully good. Future radar showing just a couple of clouds coming on through, and those winds are going to start to shift around, and when they do, that's going to help to warm us up when we start to see more of a northeasterly component to the wind. So starting Monday, our temperatures are really going to be moving on up. So that's what we can expect. And again, just absolutely gorgeous conditions because of this high pressure system. It's really affecting the weather all across the southeastern United States and the state of Florida. We've already had the cold front move on through, and we're not expecting to see any more cold fronts make their way through here for the next several days. We've got one way out west, but we don't have to worry about that, at least not until next weekend. So what we're looking at are temperatures that are in the low to mid 70s right around the coastline, and then you get away from the coast and we've got temperature readings that are still in the 80s. And we had a high today of 81 degrees at the airport, 61 was the overnight low, so a little cooler than normal as a result of that cold front. And then those winds tomorrow are going to be coming in out of the north to start. They're going to shift around later on in the afternoon, 10 to 15 knots. And we are looking at temperatures that are going to be in the mid 80s for tomorrow for the daytime highs at the beach as well as for the mainland. 60 degrees for our overnight low. So just a little cooler once again as a result of that cold front going through. But look what this cold front left behind. Another beautiful day on Sunday with a temperature high of 85 degrees. On Monday, with the shifting of those winds more towards the northeast, we're going to start to see the warm up in earnest. And so we're going to be looking at temperatures for the beginning of May on the warm side and very dry as well. Adam?
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Boston Bruins in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 1 of this series at home in Tampa. The goalies hard at work early in this one. Check out Tuukka Rask for Boston, stopping that shot early on. Andrei Vasilevsky does the same for the Bolts. Now Boston would score less than 10 seconds into their first power play. Rick Nash with the redirect. Then again, less than a minute into the second period, it's Patrice Bergeron on the one-timer. Now Danton Girardi of the Lightning would get them back into the game with a long shot here from the blue line coming up, finds its way through traffic, but the Bruins too much for Tampa Bay tonight. They win Game 1 in dominant fashion, 6-2 your final. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Hi, I'm Holly Robinson Pete.
And I'm Rodney Pete. And after 16 years in the NFL, it came as no surprise that knee surgery might be in my future.
And when the doctor said Rodney needed to lose weight before surgery, we knew that Lipozene could help him lose 4 times more weight. It's America's #1 weight loss supplement.
I've already lost 30 pounds and 4 pant sizes. I didn't need a prescription or meal plan.
I've lost 10 pounds, I have more energy, more stamina.
We eat our favorite foods and still lose 4 times more weight.
I'm very impressed with Rodney's weight loss. His blood pressure and cholesterol have really improved. I recommend Lipozene because it's made from the rare konjac root, which contains glucomannan, a very safe and effective weight loss supplement.
Lipozene has no harmful side effects. No caffeine, no jitters, no counting calories.
No cleanses.
No starved diets.
No boot camps.
Nothing in your lifestyle needs to change. Just add Lipozene.
In a clinical study, people were not asked to change their lifestyle and simply add Lipozene. As a result, they lost not just twice the weight, not 3 times, but they lost 4 times more weight just by adding Lipozene. And 78% of that weight loss was fat, not water, but fat.
Rodney and I guarantee that you will lose weight or your money back.
Can we say that?
Yep, guaranteed, or your money back. So get Lipozene and lose 4 times more weight.
Now you can lose 4 times more weight. Just add Lipozene for only $29.95. Call right now and we'll double your order for free and ship it free too. And for a limited time, we'll double the size of each bottle for free. So now you have 4 times the Lipozene for just $29.95. Plus, you'll get Metabo Plus to help boost your energy and metabolism. But you must call. Call 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Well, the DeSoto Parade raging on tonight up there in Bradenton, and a beautiful night to do it.
Oh, it really is. In fact, for the next several hours, they're going to see their temperatures staying in the 70s, and then they're going to drop down into the 60s tonight. It is going to be sweater weather for those of us who are chilled at 65 degrees, because it's going to get just a little underneath that.
And we're almost in May.
Yeah, I know.
Another night of sweater weather.
This is because of the cold front that came through, gave us beautiful weather and nice temperatures. Look at that.
Excellent. Enjoy it while you can, because you know what's coming if you live down here.
Did you know you could get life insurance in just a few minutes? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with just a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, TruStage Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you. TruStage cares for you the same way you care for your family. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now. Any amount of protection can help, and you are guaranteed to be accepted. In just a few minutes, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Getting life insurance can be fast and easy, and it could cost less than you think. Plus, your price will never increase, and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-809-8372 now for a free, no-obligation quote. It's fast and easy. Plus, you get TruStage's 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-809-8372 today.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.